Homies of Twitter, homies of Close and Paid. Let's just do this first. Right, so guys, pushing for the no. And that was a reenactment, by the way, of you pushing someone away where they fucking fall straight off the cliff and you ain't getting them back. And it's a point of contention. And my wife's fucking texting me. When you finish, please come down and... Oh, Jesus! Anyway, guys, let's just address this, right? Point of contention all the time. And it's quite hard to... Let's get you so you can't see the wardrobe. It's quite hard to coach this. Exactly. Because, like, it requires finesse. Right? It's not just a template. You can't just fucking apply this the same always. Like, you're talking to people. It's a dynamic, fluid fucking concept. Right? But at the same time, guys, let me give you like an analogy. In fitness, losing weight, right? How you lose weight? You can lose weight following all these fucking 15 different types of diets. And the guy following low carbs, like, yeah, this is the best. The guy following ketos, like, yeah, well, this is even better. Guy following fucking high carb but still losing weight is like, well, this one's better. And, like, no one, like, actually, they're all retards, right? Because they don't just step out to realise the common sense aspect. They all work because of one or foundational aspects, right? That's the common sense aspect. But you can see how people get lost in the weeds. You can see how people follow a diet plan and then go, oh, it's not working. I fucking wonder why. It must be a secret I don't know. Oh, look at that guy who's shredded. He's taking this supplement. That must be the key. And off you go in your fucking hamster wheel. Over and over. Right? And it's the same when it comes to sales. Like, and it kills me that the common sense is not applied. And lots of people don't just take a step back and just assess. So when it comes to pushing for the no, like, just think about why you'd want to do this. Right? Why do you want to push for the no? If you think about it, it sounds fucking stupid, doesn't it? Push for the no. Try and make the guy decide to fuck off and do it himself. No, we're not doing it for the sake of doing it. We're doing it because that, in of itself, on your offer, in your scenario with this person, is could be a legitimately good option for them. And so just the reenactment or the enactment of saying, have you considered doing this yourself? Doesn't push them to go and do it. It asks them, have you considered this? And then you explore that. You don't go, have you considered doing it? And they say no. And you go and do it then. You say, why? Then you dig into that. Okay? So it's not physical pushing away. And so one video I did for the group, which if you're watching this on Twitter, guys, you won't see that one. But I did a video on how much you might want to push for the no, depending on what's displayed in front of you. Okay? But if you look at it like this, some people are there to be closed. They're highly educated. They've already bought in. You do not want to make it incredibly difficult for them to buy. You can still push for the no, but it has to be played with very gently. Okay? And it's a tight line to walk. Right? You do not want to... The layups of the people who come and highly educated are ready to buy. You do not want to fuck them over and make it hard for them to buy and actually turn them off, which I see a lot of. So you have to assess that. Whereas if you get the people who are on the call, they're very apprehensive. They're pushing you away to not be salesy. Then that requires you to also push away too, to mirror the energy. Right? Because what happens is people come into sales calls. In their mind, they've already made up. Yeah, I don't want to buy today. I want to figure out some of this stuff out. And they give off these pushing away vibes. Right? And what happens is the sales guy does the opposite. Tries to sell harder because they're not coming to him or her. And so they push and push and try and convince so hard. And that's what people hate in sales. So, but it's a good continuum to understand that the more people seem to like, they're highly educated, they're there, they're understanding, things are flowing, we can make it more simple to buy. I don't mean easy. I don't mean like, here's the price, like, let me know if you want to do it. I mean, the steps in order to purchase and to move through the funnel should be incredibly simple. Whereas the people who are there and they're obviously giving you the language and they're pushing back and they're showing signs of not wanting to buy, you mirror that. Okay? And I've put here on the screen, as you can see, this highly detailed presentation. Cold, warm, hot. Okay? I'm just going to go through hot first. So if people are there, and I'll give you an example. You know, and this is common sense as well, but like just consider how it affects the pushing for the no. Is, let's say the funnel is they go through a Facebook ad or someone's social, and they've followed this person on social media for a long time, so the trust has been built, the set that has been built. Shut the fuck up. The sales cycle has been shortened over time. Well, not shortened, it's just they've been through the whole sales cycle, they've consumed enough content, they're ready to buy. They book a call themselves. They watch the VSL. A setter calls them and educates them more in some way, God knows. Then they get on the final call. The fact, guys, they're there on the call after all of that. This is something you need to take into account. The fact they're there for all of that means they're fucking close. You do not want to make it hard for those people. And if they've also bought into the CEO, the person on social media, and then the sales guy who they're actually speaking to, the closer, is not him, you do not want to ruin that relationship that the guy has built up for the CEO, if that makes sense. You, as a salesperson, a closer in that sense, need to maybe get out of the salesy tactics. You need to be the competent professional where the person who's trying to buy realizes, okay, it makes sense now. This guy who I followed and have so much respect for has this guy as his sales manager. That makes a lot of sense. He's very good at what he does. He knows a lot, right? That's how you need to be. Not pushing them away. Why don't you go and fucking do it yourself? Now there's warm people, right? Where it's not as much trust built, like watching all that content, right? They haven't shortened the sales cycle, but they've seen an ad that they're intrigued about. They've then watched a VSL. They've been called, right? So these are just more... They're not hot, right? So they're warm. These guys, you want to maybe make it a bit harder for them. Their sales cycle is still larger, right? From where they're coming in the funnel to buying, the majority of those people, if you took 100 of them, are not close to buying. And so those people are going to require more of pushing away, because it acts as like the opposite. It doesn't push them away if you do it correctly. It has them realizing you're not desperate. It has them realizing you're trustworthy. And so if there's a chance to be closed, that is the way it's going to work. Okay? Then you use the close and pray bridge method as well for these people, and you're fucking winning. And then you've got cold people, guys. Now this is where, like, I used to maybe consider the opposite true. Cold people, you want to be as fucking nice as possible and like wishy-washy and like don't say yes or no, and don't push for the no with cold people, because you want to just make sure that you come in and get a good impression. No. Like if you're getting a full lead flow and a full calendar and they're all cold, you have to have a system to figure out who's a fucking good lead or not. You can't be wasting time. You can't be spending energy on people. And Botout sales guy says this all the time, like disqualify early. It doesn't mean be fucking idiots. And just like, oh, I've learned how to now push people away, so I'm just going to fucking do it now without considering the person in front of me. Everyone suddenly just gets told to go and do something themselves. You know, but cold people, you're going to have a way more dynamic aspect of behaviors and trustworthiness. And so it's better for them and those people to come into a brand new system cold. You're both cold. They don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about them. It's best for you to remain the authority and to actually go out of your way to push for the no. That pattern is just going to hold true across the board if you wanted to close the majority of the people available on that level. Okay? And this holds true for the yes or no, guys. The yes or no is not magic. It doesn't work just by itself always, although it does for some people. They start to implement it and it has a knock-on effect. The yes or no works in many ways, in the same way as this pushing for the no on the cold, warm, and hot. For the hot people, you don't have to be, by the way, brother, looking for a yes or a no. You don't have to be like that. You can say it in a way that's very still inclusive. However, the cold motherfuckers, they can understand, like, we're premium, we're exclusive. You have to qualify to work with us. And now it makes so much sense why I'm looking for the yes or no. We're not desperate here, right? So these pushing for the no, the yes or no, pushing for the no, the yes or no go hand in hand. Okay, and if you want more of this sauce, sign up to closeandpay.com. I realize it's fucking, not only did I realize this a long time ago that it's undervalued, but it's fucking incredibly undervalued because other people are selling stuff like this for 6k, 4k, 5k, 7k, 9k. And it's only a matter of time, guys. Peace out.